For a closer look at the campaign and what transpired at the polls yesterday, we want to welcome in Symone Sanders-Townsend. She's the co-host of The Weekend on MSNBC. She also served as the chief spokesperson and senior advisor for Vice President Harris. I know you've been up all night as well, so thank you so much for your time. I mean, you know the vice president better than a lot of folks. You're still quite plugged into that staff, to that team. First of all, what's going on behind the scenes right now? I know we expect to hear from her in a few hours. What can you tell us about what might be happening behind the scenes?
So I will say that and this is par for course for the vice president, you know, she did not, obviously, as we know, go out to speak last night at Howard University because she was not there. She was off-site with her family, and she didn't have a big meeting with a lot of people. It was a small group of people that were talking with her last night, still a small group of people of her trusted advisors that were speaking with her today. And it's my understanding that, first of all, when they went to bed last night, I don't know if the team actually believed that they could not overcome the gap. There was still a thought that there was still a path because they thought that there were more votes coming out of Pennsylvania. And to be very clear, there still are some votes left in Pennsylvania, but the gap was just too large for the vice president specifically to overcome. Bob Casey may lose may lose in the state, and he is very well liked. So I think now when they woke up this morning, early this morning, there was a realization that, okay, it's not happening. What is the cadence of this? And what we are seeing right now behind the scenes is them figuring out what the cadence is going to be and what she is going to say. And her team feels like she ran a good race. And I've talked to a number of Democrats today, and me, myself, knowing her, I also think the vice president specifically, she left it all on the field. She campaigned very, very hard.
So the reality is, and again, the House hasn't been called yet. Republicans are going to win the Senate. Trump's going back to the White House. He's going to win the popular vote. It looks like he may very well reach 300 in the Electoral Vote College. It would seem to be about more than Vice President Harris's campaign. We just saw Steve dig into those numbers on youth voters, on women voters. There's going to be an autopsy. You've been a part of the Democratic Party for a long time. What does your party have to do to figure out how their message can resonate with more voters?
I've talked to a lot of the local strategists this morning. They've been on my phone, and the state elected officials, like state representatives in Pennsylvania, to be specific. And from Pennsylvania to Wisconsin to Michigan, they've all said the same thing to me. Some version of, look, we don't want to be Monday morning quarterbacks or Wednesday morning quarterbacks at this point, to be clear, but that they felt some indications of this. Particularly one strategist who is very connected within the party apparatus in Pennsylvania said to me yesterday, they were speaking to a gentleman, and the gentleman, she said she didn't know a person in Pennsylvania, Black specifically, who had not seen that ad, that Kamala Harris is for they and they, them, and not us. And that resonated. They put a lot of money behind those ads. And so the perception that people had is that across the board is that Democrats, the they, them ads worked, and they're paying, $100 for groceries, and it's a little bit less. And the question that some of these voters had, according to the strategist on the ground, said, hey, well, that's what they're focused on. They're not focused on me. So I think that the autopsy and some of the soul searching is about how can the message break through, because the idea that, the Democrats don't have an economic agenda, right, that speaks to some of these working people is actually not true. But did the people feel it is the difference.
We got to get to whether, but to be clear, the ad that we're talking about is this ad that featured radio DJ, popular guy, Charlamagne the God, his sidekick, using Kamala Harris's own words, talking about using federal funds for transgender surgery. So
and that broke through. In all of the states, because every Republican campaign was running those kind of ads in these key races.
Symone, thank you.
Thank you, Symone. Good to see you. All right.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.